Hi everyone, it's Liz from Crafting with Nani. Well, we're going to try this with letting the dogs in. I don't know how well they're going to behave, but I'm going to let them in. So if you see that red live button, that means we're live. And if it's not red, it'll, whoops, it will show a different, like mine shows it black. So I'm just going to see if I can bring myself up on my laptop, so in case I don't have any comments, I can read them over there. I'm telling you, sometimes it works so fast, and then sometimes it takes forever to find me. Get off the bed. Off. 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 See, she's already being a pistol. Hi, everybody. Hi, Joan. Thank you for coming. Hi, Becky. I'm just trying to locate me on my computer. So I can see me, but I'm not seeing me just yet. Oh, technology. Why? I am on my crafting page, right? Okay, so I can see me on my other page. Oh, that is my crafting page. Okay, perfect. All right, I found me. I think I was on my other page. Hi, Roberta. Thank you for coming in. So I lay down. Grover, sit. I have my poodle in with me. There's my big boy. His name is Grover. He's my big boy. He needs to be good already. Okay, now we're back. I'm gonna leave my phone alone. So I was a good girl. I made a promise that I wasn't gonna do any work on the book, and I haven't. I did do a couple of ephemera pages, you know, to put in here. So for people that are just watching for the first time, my name is Liz. I live on a ranch. We have 4 generations that live here. It's a cattle ranch. So, oh yeah, that's Grover. He's my standard poodle. He's called a party poodle because he's black and white. So I did kind of fool around with little pockets just to have, but there I go skipping again. I was telling everybody about me. My name is Liz. I go by Nani because I'm a grandma, and we're making a pirate journal. So there, everybody's caught up. So I made this cute little pocket from just, I think this is 3 inches wide. And I just had a little piece of leftover 12 by 12. Yeah, it's 3 inches. So I had, you know, a scrap left over from when I was cutting the paper. So all I did was just bend it up and fold, so you can see where my fold prints are right here. And then I just glued it. And so I just made the little pockets. I had to do something over the weekend, right? And then a couple of you guys suggested that we get a map for, like, you know, a map for the pirate. So I talked to Lisa and she sent me 4 of them. So I printed that out, and then I had worked on this pocket. This is kind of the same pocket that Jimmy Lou made, and I was just watching Sue make one. The only difference I did with mine was I sewed my signature in. So I took 3 envelopes and I put them together and I sewed it instead of gluing them. And then I just glued down the edges. And so we have, you know, the same amount of pockets. We have a pocket behind the pocket and a pocket in front. So we have that to put in. And then Lisa from Vintage Roots, she sent me another one of the maps. She sent me 4 different ones. So I took that and I kind of wadded it. I took one of these and I took it and I wadded it up to make it look old, and then I just stressed it really good. Hi Petro, thank you for jumping on. Hi Sue B, thank you for coming on. And Penny, thank you. So anyways, and I wadded it up, you know, to make it look old, and I took that, what is it, it's called soot. I did a stress oxide. It's called black soot. And then I put some of that on it to make it look like it was, you know, old and stuff. And then, so now we have like a pirate map, you know, kind of deal. And so now we have to finish building our signature. And this is one of my red dirt laces that I do. And I thought, well, that's kind of appropriate to put in here. So I put that in our box. And then this was another one of the maps that Lisa sent me. And I was thinking about doing that pocket, you know, putting the two mountains and then folding it in. But I'm not sure yet if I want to do that or if I want to keep it, you know, as another map, you know, kind of deal. Hi, Carol. Thank you for coming in. So I didn't glue it. I just had it folded. Now I can't even remember how. Oh, yeah. So you take it and you make your two mountain peaks and then you just tuck that in. So if we want to use it that way, we can. Or if we want to use it as a different kind of map, we can do that. And then I had some of this tissue paper that I cut, and I think I want to sew those into the signature. And then I have some doilies that I stained for our Wednesday sale, and these ones kind of had a little boo-boo in them, so I was thinking maybe we'll put these in. And then I stained a little piece of lace that we can use. And this is the ephemera. So we're still down to just building the signatures. So I have, like I said, I didn't do any of that work at all. So I'm just trying to get to the papers. And let's see, I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can read. Hi, Linda Fletcher. Thank you for jumping on. Oh, thank you for putting me in there. That's wonderful. I appreciate it so much. Kicking my cow patties around. So we have these pages that we can add in. So I'm just going to stick all the pages up there that I want to put in. And this is a couple of pieces of paper that we had left over. Not too sure if I want to put the bag in, but we'll sit it up there. And here is our beautiful cover that we're working on. So we still have to finish that. I promised you guys I was going to do this with you, so I haven't really done, like I said, I worked on a couple of things, like just pockets and stuff, and so we have a couple of doilies that were stained, and this came from Carol, and I think it's coffee filter, or coffee paper, and we have that, so we can use that. I did want to use this kind of fiber paper, put that in. This reminds me of like a coat that a captain might wear. And then here is our signatures that we're working on building, and we still have a couple of pieces of paper that Lisa did. And all of the prints came from Lisa Siegel, and if she gets in here, she can put her post in there, but it's the Vintage Roots Digital Design. So and this is that belly band we made. And then I still have this original pocket that I made. Oh, and then I was playing, and I made us one of these. Woo. So all I did was cut out a design for one of these, and I added some foil around the tip, and I put a little bit of rope around it. So we'll add that when it comes time to put the ephemera in. Woo. Yeah, Sue has a headache, so she should put her feet up and watch me, and maybe I'll lull her for a nap. And then we were wondering whether we were going to use this as a piece of ephemera or if we were going to sew it in. I think I want to use it through the book as ephemera, because I think it would be cute, you know, where the boat, where the ship is, to have like knitting. So that's what I'm going to do. So now let me get all of this stuff back into the box here. And I did have this piece I pulled out today from my stash of papers. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Carol. And then I had this one with these old keys. So if we're missing a paper or two, we can always cut from this. So I'm going to set those aside, and I'll get rid of this box so we have a space to work. And we still need to finish building our signatures and getting them sewed in. So I am going to attempt to turn the camera down now without losing anybody. Ouch. How many people have ever stuck their little finger right here? I have a few times. So let's get these finished being built so we can sew them in and start having fun decorating. So I think at this point I have this one here. I did add that onion paper before, remember? And we just were playing with putting stuff in, and I think we left off right here. So I'm gonna set that down. Okay, so let me bring the camera down, and please, I hope I don't lose anybody. Hi Laurel, how are you? So I'm gonna bring you down, and okay, I think we're good. So I think everybody can see. So, and then we still have, we have this one. And I really think I would love to have this as my opening page. So I'm gonna say this is signature 1, and this will be my opening page, because that really just screams pirates, right? So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages to still of what Lisa, what I printed out from Lisa. Put in, and then we still have all of this other stuff. So I definitely want to put in this, like I said, I ordered rice paper, and this is what came, and it's just a very fibrous paper, but it doesn't look like any rice paper I've ever used, and I haven't printed from it. So I'm thinking I was hoping I could get 2 out of 1, but I can't. It's not gonna work. So I was just measuring it here to see. And so we're gonna have to cut them. I was hoping that maybe 1 would work for both, but I don't wanna, I need the full width of the paper, I think. So let's cut that. And we'll see how well it cuts even. So I'm just making sure I have enough. I could probably try and cut both of them at the same time. Ooh, this does not like to cut. But, which is kind of okay that it's got that ragged, torn edge on it, because all of the pages kind of have that. And since that side did it, I might as well try and see if I can do that on this side. So we'll just kind of rip that a little bit. Boy, that was I'm just gonna even tear that off. Because I don't really care that it's ripped, because I want all of the pages to look like it's, you know, well traveled. So, note to you guys yourself, if you ever buy this. Hi Teresa, thank you. Hi Jamie, thank you for coming in. How's everybody's Monday going? Don't try and cut this with your cutter. It doesn't cut very well. I am a little bit tired. We had, you know, we're in West Texas, and I think my phone went off 5 times last night, like almost like that Amber Alert you get, but it was warning me about the storm, and I'm like, we had really bad lightning storms. And we had some rain, but we didn't have any of the, I'm gonna go ahead and just rip it again. And we had lightning all night long. Just taking all of this extra stuff that came out. But I do wanna get it on both sides, so I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, you always tear your junk journal pages. I think that's kind of what you're supposed to do, you know. So on that one, I just kind of tethered it a little bit with this cutter. But now I got a piece. Where is my tweezers? So I can get this piece out. So all the pages don't do it if I have to cut it. I do have this little cutter here. Probably would have been better to use, But sometimes it's even hard to get up the corners, but that's fine. We'll deal with that. I'll live with it. So I'm gonna put this one in. And remind me, guys, last time I didn't do it, and I want to make sure all my pages are going the right direction before I sew it in. Hi, Judith. How are you? How's your Monday going? So we have that one in. Like I said, I want this to be the first one because I think it just screams, it just screams it. It just says pirates, right? So I have 2 of these that I made. I don't know where the other one is. Did I already put it in? Oh, I put it in that one. Did I put it in this one? Oh, and I already put it in. This is an extra piece, so let me put it over here. I was like, So I have a blue one and I have a brown one. And this is what Carol sent me in a Happy Mail, so I'm going to put that in. So let's put the blue one in here. And we'll put the tan one, the coffee stained one, in here. I'm just kind of finding a spot that has, you know, too much white. This one actually has another ship. We can put it right here. All right. So we have 1 and we have 2. And then we had this, remember Carol sent this too, and it has like those gears, and the gears would just remind me so much of, you know, like the old ships, you know, where the wooden gears and they were like pulling and ranking on them and stuff. And you're doing the paper bags. Ooh. So I don't really want to, this one has a little bit of white on the edge, and I'm just going to see if I can rip it. Well, I think I'm going to cut that. And I got them both together. Oh, they're different. Let me put it the same way. And we'll see if we can cut both of them at the same time. I just don't want to cut off this hook. So I was going to rip it, but I was afraid that I'd cut off that hook. So let's see how much we're going to get out of this. Because these pages are not really that wide. So I got all of that. So I'm just going to go to where that green is. Like there's a little dotted line here that was kind of perfect measuring tool. So we'll do that, and then we'll just dress that up. So we have this one, the one, and we can put that, I think I'll put it right there, and then this other white one we can use for like a pocket in it. And we'll just, like I said, we'll just dress it up with that soot and all that other stuff. And I might have should have tore the top and the bottom off before. Let's do that because it is too tall for it. So let me see if I can tear it with this. Sometimes, you know, when you're doing this, it works great, but sometimes it's just hard to get it when you're just have a little tiny bit to hang on to. But I do like this little cut thing. I think I got it from one of Jimmy Lou's sales that she has. I thought, okay, that's something I could use. But it's only about 7 inches or 8 inches, so I have to keep sliding it. So we did that one. knock on wood, the four-legged creatures are being pretty nice. My husband went to go pick up, we started doing that Walmart ordering. Has anybody ever done that Walmart ordering where you place your order, you go grocery shopping on the computer, and then you go, they tell you what time to come pick it up, I guess? Now, personally, when I go grocery shopping, I can't stand it when they're like picking up all of the, because they have those big carts always in the way, and but it's not so bad on the other side when you're at home. And you know what I found? Oh, thank you, Lisa, for shoving the cow patties around. So Lisa's where I got all these beautiful prints from. She can post her page so everybody can find her wonderful papers. And but anyways, back to Walmart. I found that there's no impulse buying when you do that, when you order it online and you go pick it up, because they bring it out to you, so you don't get any impulse buying. So I'm saving all kinds of money by just ordering it online. So let's count our pages, because I don't want this book to be like 25 pages. And we're getting down to just a few more. Oh, I do want to put this tissue paper in, but this tissue paper, I want to go this way with it. So it's kind of just very narrow. So I'm going to add that in, and then we'll do a count. Because I don't want it to take up too much. I just kind of want it to be a fun little added something, you know. And I think I will add it to here. I don't know. So let's get this one in, then we'll count our pages, because I have lost count completely on how many pages we have in here. And the signature should be anywhere between 17 or 13 and like 17 pages or so. So we're just going to stick that in there. Okay, so let's count, because I still have 5 more of those other pages, and I must have one extra in somewhere. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we have 15. And I do want to put a piece of this in. Now the question comes, do I just want part of it in? Or do I forfeit up half of it to go in half one journal, half the other? So if I do it at 5.5 inches, one was a little, this must have been a little taller than the other one. So we're just going to put it in half. And I think I'm going to flip it, put that there. Now, so that'll be, does anybody remember what I just said? I got to count again. I think I said 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See, this one I knew I was short in. Okay, so that's 14. This will be 15. I knew I was short in 1, because that's why I have an extra. So that makes 15. And this will be 16. And then I have this paper. And I think I would rather have it, I was thinking I'd rather have it tall and skinny, but maybe I don't. So we're gonna go 8 inches because it's only 4 inches. So we can use this as a pocket. And I'm gonna have to back it up under a different one because that one's got, I think I'm gonna put it with this blue one because it's gonna need to get glued, because the back side of that one really doesn't have anything to do with. All right, so now we have one more page. I'm just trying to find what I want as our center page. So we have 4 more pages to put in. So I think I want like this to be one of the centers, and then this one to be one of the centers. So we're gonna add this one in here. And I know I'm working off camera. Ooh, get on camera. And we're gonna add this one here. And then this will be our center. And this one's gonna be our center. Okay, let's do one more count, and then I think we're ready to figure out how to sew them in. And this other stuff we'll use as, oh, I didn't get this piece in. Okay, let me cut this one. And then we'll count one more time, and then we'll be done with that. We'll sew our baby in. And I'm making y'all see 16. Okay, 15. All right. Hi, Maritza. How are you? 15. Okay, well, we're going to double count right now. And then we're going to be happy, I think, with what we got. So I need to add this blue one in, and I want to back that one up with something that I'm going to be able to glue it, like maybe this one here. Because, you know, this has nothing to do with, it's gardening, you know. But I did like the back. So that way we can make pockets out of that. Okay, let's do one more count. Let me get my box of goodies to sew with, and it's got my clamps in it so we can clip it. So let's find our clips. Here's a clip. Here's a clip. Okay, so let's count one more time. You rice paper, or you little onion paper, need to get straight. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pages. So I'm happy with the 18 pages. And I'm just going to see if I can, I know it's not going to be right, you know, I'm going to have to, before we sew, we'll have to make it right. Because that's not lined up right, is what I'm trying to say. So let's count this one and we'll clip it. So, oh, I don't want that as my beginning. Okay. How do you get to be the beginning? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll put you right here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, how does one have 20 and one have 18? So we're gonna have to take one out of this page and put over on the other one. Okay. So now there's 19 in each one. How's that? All right, so we clip that one and we'll slide this one in somewhere. And let's just put it right in the middle of that one. Okay, so now we have to do one last thing before we're gonna sew. We gotta make sure everything, hi Barbara, thank you for coming in. Hi Terry Jo, how are you? Hi Barb. Hi Jimmy Lou, did you start a new book today? No Jimmy Lou, this is the book that we started on Friday. It's the Pirate Journal. And I got the cover from your Friday store that you have, your sale, and we cut that off. And then I made this for my cover, and I did it with, you know, the old torture and the water bottle. And then we're going to put that on our cover. And so now I just want to I want to be very mindful that I don't have a page upside down, because we had that disaster, remember? So this is going the right way. That don't matter. That's right way. That's probably upside down, but it's a music sheet. Well, the wording's right, so this one's right. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That don't matter. That don't matter. That's right. The wording's right. That's going to get covered. So this wording is right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That don't have anything on it. That's right. And that's right. Okay, perfect. So let me clip this one again. And like I said, we'll get it all organized before we sew it in. So let's go through this, because boy, I tell you, I did that one time, and whoo, I had to completely take my sewing apart. Yeah, this is going to be a fun journal, Jimmy Lou. I love it. I'm already having a blast. It is up for sale, but if it doesn't sell, it's going to be one of those ones that I'm going to be happy to keep forever. So we have, that one's right, that's right, this one's right, that one's right, that one don't matter, those don't matter, that don't matter. That's right, because the ship's right side up. That's right, that's right, the words are right, the map is right, that's right. That don't matter, but it's right anyways. This ship's the right direction. And this is where I'm going to have a little bit of a problem, is because this one I printed, half of it is upside down. So I think that's why I wasn't going to use this one. So I have to either use that one to where I can glue it onto another page like this, and it'll be right. Okay, okay. We're gonna use it, but I just need to be able to glue it so you don't see that half the, because when I double printed it, I put the paper in the printer the wrong way, and it didn't print the right way. So, okay, so that's good. So those will get, before we sew, we'll get those in order. So now I'm just gonna clear off everything else off my desk, and we'll use all these other pages or like ephemera and stuff, pockets or whatever. So, and I don't need this, so let me move it. And let's figure out how we're going to do this. Okay. We hadn't totally decided. Yeah. Don't you like it when I involve you and I say we? It says up there I got, oh my goodness, up on the top it shows that I can have a star now. Oh my. Okay, so I want to put this in, like I said, I want this to be my first. And this is where, you know, you wish you had Jimmy Lou in your back pocket all the time. 'Cause I still think I'm going to have to sew, I'm going to have to cut that off. As I don't think I would be very happy with it. I kind of like that, to leave that part along there. And so, can you see? So we do keep that, and it's kind of a curved look. What do you think? You like that? I like it. Y'all like it? I like it. It is coming along, Terry Joe. 26 sets of eyes. Don't be scaring me like that. So I like that. Now we just got to figure out what we're going to do with this. So we're going to put 2 signatures in. So let's just see how the depth's going to make any difference. I do love this sitting on this. And I know I could touch it, but see, I don't want to lose any of my cover. I could fold this over a little bit, and it could be like a little tuck spot. Jimmy Lou! No. What would you do? That's what. Don't you ever say that in your head? What would Jimmy Lou? It's always like WWJD. What would Jesus do? WW Jimmy Lou. What would you do? Would you use that as a tuck spot? Because we don't have any pockets going. I don't have any pockets. What you guys all saying? Somebody started me a. What's going on over here? I like the border. I like it too. Barbara, did you send me a star? Oh my gosh, it's my first star party on my page. Thank you. I know we had that teaser that one day. That was Facebook teasing me. Okay. Okay. We have to really make a decision now, guys, because we can't sew it in until we have a decision. Even my dog yawned. He's like, make up your mind, Mom. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. I do like that trim. It's just that the back is sticking out too far. Oh, I don't know. I think it would be okay if it went over, and then I could attach a snap to it like that, and that would be our closure. Oh, thank you for sprinkling, kicking out my cow patties. Oh, thank you, Barbara. You're the first. Yay. Okay, let's do it like that. So let me, I know this is going to have to sit, so I'm not going to glue this on just yet. I was almost thinking of flipping us around here and sewing this on. But then you're going to see the stitching on the back. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm thinking. Are we all thinking? Are we all thinking together? I like it. All right, so now we just need to, I am going to use a pen. I have them all glued in here to mark my center. Okay, so that's my center. Because the whole thing is to make sure that we don't lose any of this beautiful work that we did on it. Because it's gorgeous. It turned out exactly like I wanted it to. I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to set these over on this side. And I think I will add some fabric tack right here, and that'll make that pocket. So we don't have to deal with that. Everybody scream. No. And one pocket is a little bit, you know, bigger than the other side. Oh, thank you. I love it too. I think it turned out fabulous. And I was even going to do, maybe if we have time, I was going to do one with you on a smaller scale. Since my husband's not home, we can play. Because I can have the door open. Normally, if he's home, I can't have the door open because he's so hard of hearing that you can hear his TV. So I keep my door shut. Okay, so, oh, I already got glue on my fingers. Aw, that's okay. You don't have to. Thank you for the rating, though. Stars are never, it's a blessing to me, but you're a blessing to have here, whether you can give a star or not. I don't, just having you here is enough. So I think that's going to hold, and we'll have our back. Okay. So let's sew it in before we change our mind, right? So we have our middle, we know where our middle is. So we just need to, let's pick out our color. So we're all ready to go. So I got this kind of a rusty reddish color, which really matches pretty well. Let me open it. So you can hardly see that string on this. I don't even know if you can see it from there. But that matches that red really good. So I'm thinking I would like to use this red. I was playing in my mind with the white, but I think this red is what we're going to use. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then some. Not sure how much the sum is, but that's what we're going with. So we've got that. I do have my little template here. But to be honest with you, when I use this template, I usually make a bigger mistake using it. I don't know why. Okay, my needle. Okay, so now we're going to get a needle out. And I don't know. This material is pretty thick. So I have one that's got a pretty good point on it. So I'm thinking of using it because it's got a pretty good point to go through this fabric and all of those pages. So I'm just putting all the rest of them back in the container. So let's get my awls out. Whoa! I love all the things we're getting to be able to do with the with the pirates. I think I've said grrr more than I've said in many years. So let me get this threaded so it's ready to go. Hi, Jill. Thank you for jumping on. Hi, Debbie. I hope I haven't missed anybody jumping on. See if I can get this threaded. The only thing with this needle, it doesn't have a very big eye. I think it's more for like the thread you would do with like needlepoint or something like that. So okay, so we got to make sure. Okay, this is my first one, and I just want to get everything tucked in and lined up and making sure everything is, and I like to use my ruler kind of as almost like a guide to, like getting everything tucked in. I think Jimmy Lou showed us to do that once or twice or 10 times. And this rice paper, or this onion paper, always gets me too, because it always likes to slide. So I think I'm just going to take a quick little peek, but I think everything is still lined up. So I think we're good. So unfortunately, my clamp is not long enough clips because some of these papers are very short. So we're just gonna do what we can. And that was our center. I have to undo it now because it was buckled when I put it in. So I'm just making sure before we sew it in that we're covering up all of the page. And it looks like we are. So now we can turn it, because I like to work with it like this. I know it's harder for you to see. I just still want to make sure that we're not sewing it in crooked. So we're going to take our first awl and we're going to find the center, which happens to be very nicely pointed out in this star. So I'm going to go straight to that star and straight out right through it. And be very careful, these awls are extremely sharp. And that's going to hold everything in place for us, hopefully. And before I do any more, I just want to make sure that the corner up here is being covered. So now we're going to take another one. And I think all of you guys, now see this page is really short. So normally I would only go an inch in. But there's always a but, right? This paper is very short. So I am going to actually come down here and we're lined up on the spine, but see how far away we are from this? That's because my pages are kind of short. Some pages are short. And since it's the center page, I want to make sure that I'm catching that one, because there won't be anything else to hold it. So now we're going to have to do the same thing on the bottom. I'm going to have to make sure I'm catching that one. And like I said, normally I would go in like an inch, like what, you know, other people are saying, you know, go down an inch and come up an inch. But on this one, it's more like, it's almost 2 inches in. And 2 inches. So we're lined up perfectly, which is kind of a miracle in itself, but we are. And I think we'll be okay. If I have to snip that paper, I will. If it turns out it's a booger. So now we have our thread. And we're just going to take it slow. I'm sure, who's laughing? You laughing at me? You use a ruler in the center too to line the papers and get them tight. Yeah, I think Jimmy Lou showed us how to do that. So I'm going to take out my center one. And then this is the way too, if you were going to put beads in it, you know, you would have to have them ready right now. I'm not going to do the beads. So I'm going to take out the center. And I'm going to go straight through. And this, sometimes the materials have a tendency to heal themselves really fast. And so you got to be careful with your, you know, not to let go of or to lose where your hole is. So I'm going to hold the bottom really good, and I'm just going to take my awl out, and then I'm coming straight in. And that's why I used this one needle this time that had more of a point on it, because I didn't want to take a chance at all of not being able to get through the material. And I'm going to take out this last one. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to take a breath. No, I'm just teasing. And we're through. Okay. And I sewed it around my ruler. Don't panic. This is where people panic. And don't panic. It's okay to look. It's okay to pick it up. And sometimes it's just as easy to go through. You just want to make it nice, so it's your book. And like I said, sometimes this material, these things, they like to they really like to heal themselves very fast. So we're just got to go through. And we're through, I think. Nope. I'm through almost all of them, but that one page does not want to go through the center. Okay, now we're through it. So the only rule to junk journaling is to make sure that you have one tie on one side and one on the other. Did I make sure the papers were correct? I did, but let's just make sure. Yes, they are. She must have watched the last time when I put it in upside down. So we're gonna take my needle out before I hit myself in the head with it. And we're gonna put our knot in. And I'm gonna put another one in. And then I can take my clamp off and take this one off. And boy, I tell you, like I said, you can barely see that red on this material. Good choice. Good choice, good choice. Okay, so we have the first one done. Woo! So right now I'm just going to, see, and I don't know, sometimes I end up with so much extra. And like I said, I do keep this because it's good maybe to wrap around if you're doing a tassel, whatever. So I don't throw it away. I'm just going to put a little bow in here real quick just to get it out of the way. And this thread, even though it's wax thread, it feels a little bit thinner than some of the others that I've been using. All right, so we just have to do it one more time. Woo! Look at me go. All right. So let's get this one in order. And I'm just going to take my ruler again and kind of just push it down in there, getting everything tight. And making sure everything is good. And we got to go in the right direction. Thank you. And now we've got to find it a home. Let me see if I can scoot it over so everybody can see. And actually for me, it's easier if I turn it a little bit sideways. So I'm just making sure my pages are lined up. And this is where, you know, that template really comes in handy. I know that's what Jimmy Lou says all the time. But I can see where my point is right here where I sewed in the last one. So I'm going to go through my ship, right through my ship. And I'm just going to make sure my papers are lined up with each other. And I'm giving myself like a little bit of like a ½ inch in between. And then we're just going to go straight out. And I can see that it's right where the other one is. And I'm just going to push that through to hold for me. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to look to see where the other one is sewn. Like I said, because if I would have used that template, it would have been wrong anyways, because I have to go in. Now this center page is not as short as the other one, but since we went so short with the other one, I want to keep it lined up. So I was just a tad bit off. So there we go. I'm just lining it up, going through. I just want to make sure it lays nicely. And you can make all the adjustments you need to make before you sew it in. And we're just making sure that we're going a straight line. And finding where my sew mark is right there. And I'm going through, and then I'm just going through my, and I'm off just like a 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just gonna back out a little bit, and I'm right through it. So before I sew, I'm just gonna look at this line and make sure that line looks good. And it does. I think I'd passed the class. No. So now we got it in there, and those awls are pretending to be my hand. Well, let me put this clamp here though, just to make sure. And we're gonna get our thread out again. We got 1, 2, 3, and then some. And then, like I said, where I live in West Texas, it's like desert some days. So I like to keep this little plastic over my wax thread so my wax doesn't get all gummed up. I don't know what you would do if it was gummed up. I guess you could put it through some soap or a piece of wax again or something. I did good. Thank you, Carol. Well, it ain't in yet. Don't jinx me now. No, just teasing. Knock on wood. Make the dogs bark. All right, so let's do it. Let's do it one more time. Ooh, that's sharp. See, I almost poked my little finger. All right, get out of my way. I want to take that center awl out, and I'm going to go through. Woo, doggy, we did it. And for some reason, and I don't know why, I always go back in on the bottom. I don't know. There's no reason for it. You don't have to. You can go from the top to the bottom. It doesn't really matter. I think it's just because it's closer to me. I do it. So we have that one. So now comes the danger part, right? You got your last one. So I'm just holding it tight, taking my awl out, putting my needle through, and we're going straight up. So now all we have to do is have one more arm. No. And we have to go back through the center. So I'm going back in here, and this is the, if I'm gonna have a problem, it's always gonna be right here. Always. And I don't know why. It just is. I gotta find my center. Where's my center? There it is. So I'm gonna take a peek, and I'm gonna go back in. And I'm just gonna try and find that hole. Like I said, when I do this with paper, I never have a problem. But for some reason, when I do it with material, it wants to heal itself. So we're in, and before I pull and everything, we just want to make sure one tie is on one side of that knot when it wasn't. And we're gonna pull. Let me get that needle out of my hand so I don't stab myself with it. And I have so much extra thread. So we're just gonna pull it nice and taut. And we're just gonna see if we're lined up. And we're pretty close, we're pretty good. This one was a little bit longer than the other one, but I can live with it. It matches so well that you can't even tell. We could put lace over it. So now we're gonna tie it up. I know it's upside down for you guys right now. Don't panic. It's not upside down. The whole thing's upside down. I'm just tying a knot, and we're making our little guitar sound. I tied 2 knots, and then once again, like I said, I always end up with so much, but we'll save it. Put these sharp awls away. Put our clips away, put our needle away, put this needle away, our pen, put this clip away, and we'll see what we did. There's our, oh, we're gonna tie a little bow. And hopefully I'm going to dangle off a little key from it and a little lock. And that'll be so cute. So we have that one tied. Woo! Hot! No. We did it, guys. We sewed them in. So, I like it. And we have our, and like I said, I think I'll do is I'll add a snap to here and a snap to there, and it'll snap itself shut. And I think that'll be our closure. And it's looking great. So now we'll put our, what's our time? How long did it take me to sew 2 signatures in? I can't even find the clock on my phone, on my computer. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. Oh my gosh, it took us 2 hours, or an hour already. Okay, so all I'm gonna do right now before I hop off, I'm gonna stay on for just another minute or so, is I'm gonna glue this down so it can be dry, and then on Friday we can start decorating. So, because this is going to need to sit for a couple of days to, let me get my little spatula. It's gonna need to sit. So on Wednesday, before I lose anybody, on Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock, we're going to have a sale. I was out playing in the mud, and I made a bunch of cute stuff. And we're going to have a little sale on Wednesday morning if you want to come. Like I said, it'll be at 10 o'clock Central Time here. And then I'll be back on Friday to do, I'm adding a lot of glue onto this with fabric tack. You don't cut the thread, yeah. I usually don't, but it was so long, so I decided to snip it. But yeah, you never know what you want to put in it, right? But like I said, I will be back on Friday, and we'll put all of the fun stuff that I made. And I was going to torch one of these and have fun with it, but we'll do that on Friday. And I just need to get a little bit more glue. We're gonna have to open a new bottle of glue on Friday too, because this bottle is done. It's done. But I just want to make sure that this does not come up. So, just using this spatula to make it so it doesn't have like bubbles or anything. Can't believe it took me an hour to build those 2 signatures and get them sewed in. But it does, you know. Time flies when you're having so much fun. Okay, let's line this baby up. Let's put it on the right way. And I love it. I love it. And then I will show you guys on Wednesday how it's drying. And I might have to, you know, add a little bit more glue around the edges. But I'm going to set it down and put some kind of a weight on it. Ooh, look at that glue bubble. That was almost a disaster. But I'm going to set it down like this and put some weight on it. And that turned out great. So we have our signatures, and we have all of our papers in. We have a little tuck back here, and we'll put that snap on, and then we have this whole box full of cute ephemera. So I'm just so glad. Thank you for the stars. And like I said, I'll see you guys at Wednesday at 10 o'clock Central Time. And I just want to thank everybody for crafting with me today. And we made this beautiful pirate book. Grrr. I'm going to have to find another pirate word to use besides grrr. So I think it turned out gorgeous. And I think we'll have to trim that one little paper though. I don't think I'm going to be happy if it peeks out. So we'll do all of our decorating on Friday. And if I get a day that I can do it, I will let you guys know if it comes before Friday. So we'll see you at 2 o'clock on Friday, and we'll see you on Wednesday at 10. Thank you so much for crafting with Nani. Have a great day. Bye-bye.